Hello, friends. Happy Sunday.
Whenever clouds start gathering to cover up the sun, it really doesn't mean a thing to me.
So I am hoping to make Sundays more of a day of fun videos or just thoughtful topics that aren't as controversial, just because I do want to have some type of day of rest in this project that requires me to put forth some type of thought or artistic effort every day. The other night, I was watching the first half of The Sound of Music, and that has always been my number one film. Like, I grew up watching it multiple times in a month, often. It was one of the 5 films that my mom would let us watch more than once in a day if it was a Saturday, which says something because that is a long movie for any kid to be watching more than once in a row. So while some kids wanted to watch Winnie the Pooh or Barney more than once, we watched The Sound of Music more than once. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with coloring in films so much. And I don't mean like crayons or colored pencils. No, I mean like the color schemes that influence the coloring artist who does the color correction in the editing of a film. I have never been good at this myself because I haven't had the equipment or the time to experiment. But I greatly admire the skills of the people who do this. One thing about The Sound of Music that I've always loved was the coloring of that film. And so I just think it would be really interesting to see the world through a lens that created a color scheme that looked exactly like that. So the soft, not as vibrant colors in The Sound of Music, just that specific film and the way that those characters and that world have been colored would be my ideal filter to look at the world through. And I realize I would miss out on a great number of vibrant colors by doing that, but I think it would be okay if it was something you could take on and off, like a pair of glasses. So maybe you would rather see something in black and white, or with the more muted dark colors that Christopher Nolan used in the Batman trilogy. Or maybe you would rather see the world through a lens like La La Land, which just came out, which is very vibrant and just sharp and crisp and bright. There is such a wide spectrum of colors that you can choose from, and colorists have such a cool job where they can take raw footage, which may or may not already look a certain way, and turn it into something that is cohesive and doesn't interrupt the audience's perceptions of a film. That's something that has been on my mind this week. It's not profound, or maybe it is. I don't know. But I would be interested to hear from other people about what an ideal lens would be. So if anybody has any ideas, I would love to hear them. It fascinates me. And maybe you have favorite films that are partially your favorite, not just because of the story or the soundtrack or the score, but maybe it's just the color that caused you to fall in love with the world, not just the characters. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.